Imagine that. You could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Right where it cuts. Crackle pole. Scronky stomper. Be careful not to trip. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to.
Botse. Inmo. Diava.
Let's see.
Badja analog.
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be.
Interbadaj.
Says a monster hunter hears many things on the wind.
Badja analog.
Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes.
Ekanishalavai.
Choosing what to kill and what to spare are the most important decisions you'll make.
Botse.
You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care. It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss.
Ja,
When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies.
schon.
Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot.
Witze Njavov.
Wonders why you work so hard to keep things alive. Bullets help thin the herd instead.
Lech.
Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights and they keep putting up new ones.
Me.
Says they keep the monsters away. He needs them closer, not farther.
Sam.
But enough of that, right?
Sarevanyat Saab.
He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed.
Und Lump.
He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output.
Vaksan U Interbadan Kamaglai.
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short.
Interbadan Farujudo.
Thinks that it all hangs on the tree of life. When it started to fail, everything changed.
Lemma.
Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter.
Tomosakula Imabella.
Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big.
Waxan nach Kanesei.
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes.
Giravabasco.
Says it's not far at all. Fortunately for you, the squips seem to have acclimatized themselves to the otherwise uninhabitable dead zone. Tell it to gallop. Just point it in the right direction. Wait, it's the Scrip hole-up. Place is just filled with critters. Ended. Ooh, a biohazard like that. Locked, but good. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. This might be the end of everything as we know it. Small things for your big ideas. Time for some sharp shooting. Broke it down into scrap. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Don't let anything go to waste. Be quiet and listen to the woods when you're in them. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. That's the special weapon he made to store the scripts in the Mekton. It will be strong enough to launch them at the Jumbo Puff. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. The Mekton will be strong enough to do the job. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now, otherwise he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. He's sure you remember enough of what he taught you about upcycling to fit some skronky gear to the Mekton on your own. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Says talking to you was interesting. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. You get used to the beastie smell, I hear. Bet something's up there. Let's see. Stay on top. This place is called Puff Duff Bluff. Boom bangs around here. Let's see. This little fellow feels the world's on the edge of blowing itself up. He feels it's inspiring to see someone out there still banging away at it. Claims it's easier to make green by selling bullets than using them. Thinks you've built yourself up into a walking arsenal. He can't wait to see what you do with all that gunpowder. Save the world or help it go kaboom. Says that even boom makers can do some good if they make the right things explode. Just think about the tinks you can destroy with earth-shattering kabooms. What happens next depends on what you blow up. Says that life's kind of like a fuse. Sometimes it does just what you expect, and other times it catches you by surprise. Be careful with what you light up. That's just what someone says right before they blow it. Thought the world was kaboomed, but it looks like something might be growing in its crater. Wonders why you put so much work into making things safer. Can't see why you join up with the Myriad. They go around cutting his fuses short. Only way to improve things is to flatten them. But enough about you. Says his Muma Grandiosa taught him the secret source of making ammunition. And now that there's an endless need for bangs, business is booming. He was born during the baby boom back in the days, and he was so interested in the family business, he even got nicknamed Boom. He'll take the family secret with him to the grave, which could be any day now, with the world ending and all. Says they really do come in handy for making a point. And a hole, too. Of course he doesn't want it, but if the world goes under, he hopes it goes with a bang. But before that, he wants to make the best of the time he's got. Boom says he's always looking for ingredients for ammunition. He has enough sulfur, but he can never get too much charcoal, so if you'll get him some of that, he'll make boom-sploding gunpowder just for you. Thinks you're the straightest shooter he's ever met.
It's like the whole world is glowing.
Oh, shine like that and the dark disappears.
Now that's the right idea, Dark. Just disappear.
You know, I'm starting to think you don't like me.
I don't!
Let's see. That's the rumor. Go, beastie, go. Let's see. It's Skypook Outpost. The Ankati tribe blew life into that ages ago. Let's see. A plank place like this is a fire trap. Don't flinch away from this. It's your moment. You need to focus. Looks like wholesome. A tidy little cave. That's sure to be useful. That'll come in handy. Broke it down to the basics. It's more than a little scary down here.
One son.
Boom says he's maybe the only one profiting from the way the world is burning. He's happy to put the charcoal from the scorched earth to good use. Boom says his speciality is homemade saltpeter, which he makes from a dung mix his friend Moog makes for him. Collecting the various dung that makes up the special Boom Poo blend is an expedition, though, so Moog isn't giving it up for free. However, you shouldn't need to part with too much green to buy the brown from Moog for him. Boom promises he'll make it worthwhile. Wishes you'd seen what his Muma Grandiosa used to make. She set the sky on rainbow fire with her sparkly booms.
Hard to find any shadows now.
That's not necessary.
The prey always says that about the hunt.
Oh, you don't have to be so vicious about it.
Of course I don't, but I'm enjoying it.
Boom welcomes you back on his terms. Says you'll see each other later.
Virginia. Zuni Nenaften.
Moog asks if you know the first rule of monster haunting. It's to go where the monsters are. To haunt, you must know the grounds of your prey.
Bon.
Few monsters warrant the fear we have for them, and you don't look like someone that's easily scared. You could help him out.
Zuni Nenaften.
Start with one monster and take it from there. Spot its tracks and report back. Also, bring back any poo you find. His friend Boom has a nose, and a use for that. Says you're right. You gotta catch 'em all.
Bet you can see clearly now.
Oh, that much light isn't good for you.
Oh, you're just afraid it'll burn you to ash and you'll blow away.
I'm not. Well, not that much.
You should be.
You seem to have made a new friend. Toxanol built a lot of bang shelters in the back then, and this one is 7F. Can't stop to wonder if that means something special. More raw for your crafting. Small parts with great value. Handy. Feeling good? Frostbite. Are you scared yet? It's getting dark. Almost there. Crushing it. Every lock has a key. That will turn you into a marksman. Hold on to that.
Ja, letzten Jahr. Mashaku Hirsame.
Moog says he's found keys in fluff dung before and always wondered what they'd unlock. Discover the rest and you'll find more keys. There's plenty of poo to go around.
Baskinka Michael Tagukai.
Moog says you did good on that last monster. He hopes you have time to help him seek out the next one.
Goga.
It's not too far away. It shouldn't take you as long as the previous one.
Goga.
But that's no reason to waste time. If you keep at the haunt, you'll round them all up in no time.
Everything's so bright.
I mean, sure, if you like that sort of thing.
Just close your eyes if reality's too much for you.
You're too much for me.
Only because you're not used to watching a winner.
Segaya Namayaba.
Moog appreciates your company.
Lemma.
Has plenty to do, so no worries. Give it a little pat. Go on. Put a key to use. Swift and sharp. Let's hope the beast keeps listening to you. That's Ranchu, an entire farm poisoned by toxinol rats. Don't stay there long. Any kind of protection, you take it. You need to harmonize the notes. Music to anyone's ear. Whatever you do, do it right, or don't do it at all. Wow, you lucked out there. Broke it down as far as you could. That's a good find. Don't let the day pass you by.
Ja, that's it, ja. Wow.
Moog says he's impressed. That's another monster pinned down.
Oven.
Moog says that thanks to you, he has the monsters mapped out now.
But ja analoge.
Once he gets the word out, your friends and allies will know what and where to avoid.
Zif.
He guesses you're thinking the exact opposite, and you're still eager to find more.
Zif.
Claims he can always help you come up with a reason.
Ufuchu isqualehan. Yoshkaba.
Moog's glad you keep coming back.
Ufuchu isqualehan. Yoshkaba.
Hopes to see you again soon.
Badayan analoge.
Moog's glad you keep coming back. Done and done. Boom looks excited. Can't wait to cook up a batch of special Boom sauce ammunition. Boom says that thanks to you, he's got a fresh batch of gunpowder ready to go. He's devoted his life to experimenting with various poo types for his saltpeter. That's how he came up with his special ammunition. And for as long as there's different dung in the mix, you never know what kind of boom candy you're going to end up with. Says it's not his first choice, but you work with what works, right? Boom is happy you're in his face and not some pile of dung. His stuff is the bomb. Probably a lot of things buried out here. Made to be broken. Here is the village called Diddlingdoo by those lucky enough to live there. Even out here in the burbs, there are still places like that home that bear eyeballing better. Sometimes you've just got to start over. This is an epic already. How it ends is up to you. Sure useful. That fixer-upper seems like it might be better as a torn down. You really know how to move. Squeeze up and then down. Get the rhythm right. You snap that off, feeling pumped up. Looks like the groover's arm needs to be nudged to get the needle in position and hear the mellow disc's message. This plastivinyl clue in a chit-chat code. Lucky I'm still old enough to decipher it. It's about an undercovered place, just a trip trek not far from here. Tricky to spy dangers nearby. Good parts make for good scrap. Might not need that now, but you will later. There's a notice board, probably once filled with posts begging for nose plugs. There's a gas capturatory not too far from here. Just keep your nose up. The Toxanol Corporation made gas into burn fuel here. It made everyone sick after a while. The poisoning happened slowly. By the time they realized it was happening, it was too late, especially for them. Nasty as this place is, you might still find some tracks here. The inputters need to be linked to boot the mind monitor. It's mind over matter, software over hardware. Success is peace of mind. We are lonesome animals that spend all our life trying to be less lonesome. Whoa, that's some scronky metal scrap there. Look at that plastic scrap, just waiting for someone to do something with it. Could be this key. Ready to begin blasting? Every little bit helps. Raw materials for your needs. Keep those ears perked up. Nice. Metal scrap. You can always use that. That looks like you're on track. It's comforting to travel on an old path like this. For you, I mean. Toxanol sold it all off as fast as they could make it. Might be some hidden around, but not a lot. Seems like those tracks never run out of gas. Up for grabs. The land teems with life. This corner of the world is called Anywhere, which is maybe why Click calls it home. Someone has to end this plague before it's too late. Let's see. This fellow seems shocked to see you. He's heard about you, but figured you didn't have the guts to do what must be done to survive till the end of the world. Says it's better not to talk about that. Figures someone like you must be willing to do anything to stay alive, just like him. Now that you got this far, though, which way will you go? Are you really tough enough to see this through to the end? Or will you turn tail and run when the end finally comes? Guesses the end is coming either way. When there's nothing but a bad storm rising, it's ride or die. Asks you to think of the world like a set of locks. Every time you do something, you decide whether to open one or not. Would you go back and open different ones now? Better than what? Maybe things have to get worse first. The world seems like it's starting to heal. How pointless. Appears to him like you've been wasting your time trying to fix the unfixable. Can't understand why you work with the Myriad. Someone needs to lock them up. Claims to have tried and failed. What's the point of trying again? You look like you'd be a fun lock to pick. Says back in the days no one locked anything, but that's changed. Locking yourself in and others out is his key to survival. He keeps his business low-key, but for the right person, he's willing to unlock secrets from the back then. The gears mesh well between you. It'll be easier for both if you just call him Click. Says he'd be happy to show you. Click says his key to success is metal, and judging from what he's heard about you, you're handy with metal too. Literally. If you charged a bar of metal at a Toxanol zap station, he could forge it into the palm of your hand. That would help your clonk fist beat new paths into the future. Just flip the switch of a generator that produces superheated, glowy air and get on it when the lightning charge forms. Simple, right? Says you both agree on that.
Dark flees before light.
Oh, no need to shout.
There is when you're running so far away.
I'm still here.
Not for long if I have anything to do with it.
Let's see. Good righty beast. No hurty. You could have missed this village. It's called Mamble Clump. Let's see. Uppercutted. Numbing. Take this seriously, or it'll take you down. Just flip the switch of the generator to produce superheated glowy air and get on it when the lightning forms. You can't really understand your story till it's done. You did good, but the lightning did all the work. Head back to Click to amp up the Clonk Fist. Click says your fist is charged and ready to punch a hole through anything that stood in your way in the past. Click's worked out the locks of the world, but still needs to make the keys. He figures he could make a skeleton key, a key that'll unlock any old lock, if only he had a back-in-time bone. He's talking about remains of the dead and gone, and that means a chill down your spine as this bone comes from a particular site, the Gone Forevermore. Figures you could use it for good, if you wanted to. Click says you're locked together in fate. Says goodbye to you. We're all heroes of our own stories, or so we hope. Click is thrilled with the back-in-time bone. Says there's enough to make a skeleton key for you too. Click felt there was no point telling you about a secret door if he couldn't provide you a key, but now he has one, he can. But he cautions you, you never know what hides behind the old doors. Best be careful, you're a key figure now. Says he's happy to unlock doors, but afraid to actually go through them. Click says he's locked on helping you. Understands you have things to do. You might have to make your own path. All things air. That's an improvement. Don't understand how you could do without this. Nice find. Scrapalicious beats hunting down scrap. Just the kind of scrap you need. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. It's make your own scrap day. A fresh start with fresh scrap. Nothing like light to brighten your day. That silo there is so tall. It's a mystery what they used to keep in it. Got one. Stories only survive if someone is listening, so pay attention. That paid off. There's something there. Skronkers. When a story comes to you, pay attention. Check out that silo. Might be empty, but maybe not all empty. Smash it. It's freak-free, a supposedly monstrous cave. This won't be a field trip. It's the real thing. It's Nanby, a new village for you. Let's see. The world is full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Wonder what you could make with that. Now you're styling. Dead already. You should be able to use that. The chill here makes you shiver a bit. Ring up those rungs. Let's see. You found Bionucleus 8C. These towers are one of the main reasons the old world went under. This area is biocontaminated. It's really hazardous. Let's see. Let's see. That's active biocontaminated sludge. Enough goo to cause a flux at a molecular level. It's like sickness made a home. The grotto. It's deep enough to explore. There's so much more below the ground. You have a good eye for that stuff. 50% done. Get up. That's more like it. Nighttime is the better time for lots of things. Shop, shop. That's one just over there. Go for it. Neutralized. The scrap keeps piling up. Yeah, the future is in your hands, so take care of it. That city scenario has seen better days, but now those days are gone. Cut down. Knock it downtown. Gross. This place stinks. This story needs a hero. Let's see. Brick-bracks like this were symbols for the growth of the old world. Nice shot. More scrap for you. You can make something from that. Squeeze up and then down. Get the rhythm right. You snap that off, feeling pumped up. Hey there, Crusher. This is turning out to be quite an expedition. Give up now. Let's see. That's another shop arena. They just couldn't get enough of these places back in the days gone. That's an odd thing, don't you think? Biohazard makes your skin crawl. Those are the kind of things you need. Each new day means new chances. The Wingo Outpost, a legendary Ankati tribe joint. Let's see. Better get a move on if you want to change things. Let's see. Bang Shelter 7B is still there, open and ready to shelter. Itchy trigger. Worrying to have tons of rock and soil above you. There's a place and time for everything, but for that sick scenario, it's already come and gone. Can't break it down any more than that. Don't let the dark time take you. That's a myriad tribe outpost. Just what you were looking for. Welcome to the Surfipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy goon. What a blow! It's time to do what's right, for certain values of right. Metal that's scrapped, all was shiny and chrome. Don't see that every day. You're poking around Pokwer, a prime village. Says the tribe Sifu sent them here to help defend against the rival tribe that's been terrorizing their village. Isn't sure how long the village will last if it continues. As if the plague ruining the land and destroying the crops wasn't enough to bring the village to its knees already. Heard that even simple things like puddle pops, surf salad, muffin grass and wild pips have become nearly impossible to grow. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. Understands completely. The dark time's finishing for now. Let's see. Has no doubt you've earned the trust and support of this village. Actions speak louder than words. You did good here. Is always willing to listen. You did good here. Says talking to you was interesting. Good ride long. Tell it, no biting. That's just awful. Watch your step around here. You hit a crossway. Decisions, decisions. No going back from that. Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's a Fry Sparker mindset. Boom, you got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away. You found Hogger Hum. There's a thingamajig broker somewhere in there. Might want to look for shelter from the Let's see. Offers you extraordinary prices for As the iBox broadcasts, it's hit or miss, but when it does hit, it's usually right in the fields.
Lenefu, Totomo, e Pasi, Nati Sana Basurango e Liligo. Lenefu, Totomo, e Basurango e Liligori.
Don't trip it, just keep moving. That's Fruggo's joint. Tread carefully. Wonder what you might find. You always find good use for things like that. This one seems to be in good
Zatuna
as
Zif.
asks you to do the right thing for the sake.
Uno Shalafu.
Watch your balance. You might want to poke around in that old home. You need to swivel the globus's bearings. Looks good. Seems like there's a whole world of adventure out there. The Domp outpost, shined up by the Myriad tribe. Let's see. Tread soft. That's a monster nest, if ever I've seen one. Metal scrap. Great for making tough things. Bolted. Fate is funny that way, but it won't always make you laugh. Ooh, there's some rubber scrap for you. Don't just rattle those keys. That part made a decent pile of scrap. You hardly ever see those. Sometimes the smallest pieces of scrap are the ones you make yourself. Scrapalicious. This is Hobbydunk, a homey little village. Let's see. Your chest is squeezing. Shot! Finished him. Mekton is even mightier. That's a jumbo pup with an appetite. Ain't no fuzz. Better put an end to it before it ends our world. Uh-oh. The jumbo pup is kicking it up a notch. It's time for an electric performance. bad feeling about this. It goes all the way down to the stomach. Start like a snack, and you'll end up with a ride down the intestinal canal. That's too close to the end station. Better move up and away, or be swept out the bowel way. Wow, what a super-sized whirlwind. That the Taurus is pumping a food. Guessed it would go down with a throw-up. Can it really get any better than that? You see, it's what's on the inside that counts. That meaty Taurus is already offbeat. End it. He thanks you for dealing with the first World Eater. It's a start. You should go see Out of Date and find out what you can about the machine he's named the Ark. You're good-hearted enough, so you'll have no problem getting him to share the information with you. He trusts you know where to find Out of Date by now. He's always been at the foot of the tree, and that hasn't changed. Gizmo will always make time for you. So, says you covered the important things already.